Well, hello guys, it's Simon from SD Av Geek here. Welcome to the fantastic Renaissance Concourse Hotel in Atlanta. Today I'm looking forward to visiting the Delta Flight Museum, which is just a short walk from this hotel and a short bus or Uber journey from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Looking forward to this. If you're ready, let's go. My day started with a flight on this Boeing 767-400 from San Diego to Atlanta and a quick trip over to the Renaissance Concourse Atlanta Airport Hotel, where I had fantastic views of the airport. I've put a link to the video in the description below. Opened in 1995, the Delta Flight Museum stands in the heart of Delta's Atlanta headquarters. This 68,000 square foot facility is located in Delta's original 1940s era hangars, and it was designated a historical aerospace site in 2011. So, first impressions of the Delta Museum. This place is awesome. Such a fascinating history of the airline. If you get here early enough as well, you pretty much have the place to yourself. Opens at 10 AM. I'm here just after, so yeah, looking forward to exploring. Of course, you know me guys, it's all about the big jets, and one of the planes I'm here to see is this fabulous Boeing 767, ship number 102 with Delta, which has an absolutely fascinating story. In 1982, due to high fuel prices and deregulation, Delta posted their first net loss after 35 consecutive profitable years. Delta's employees launched Project 767 to raise money for Delta's very first Boeing 767. Led by 3 flight attendants, they raised $30 million through donations from employees, retirees and friends, and the aircraft was delivered in December 1982 and christened the Spirit of Delta. This is absolutely fantastic inside. It's almost like a mini museum within itself. They've done a great job of restoring the cockpit and the first class cabin and some economy seats. And then at the rear of the aircraft, it's almost like its own museum, like I say, with lots of historical items from Delta and Northwest as well, from flight attendants and engineers and pilot uniforms to bags, luggage, all sorts of things. It's really quite interesting. I absolutely cannot imagine getting any luggage in these bins nowadays. Behind me is an original section from nose to wing of the very first Lockheed L1011 ever built. And of course this aircraft went on to be an absolute icon for Delta Airlines. For many years I worked as a travel agent and a tour operator actually in the UK. And we used to have these models in our offices and I always secretly wanted one. But this collection is absolutely off the charts impressive, and what a lot of people don't realise about these models is how expensive and collectible they are. So this is really cool.
An airline is a team. Members of the Delta team have put the meaning into our slogan of service, hospitality,
Well, there is certainly advantages to coming to the Delta Flight Museum on a very wet September afternoon in the middle of the week. I am now leaving the main museum and I am heading over across the parking lot to the 747. This was my main motivation for coming. Really looking forward to seeing this. So there she is behind me, Delta Airlines ship 6301 Boeing 747-400, and not just any Boeing 747, the very first 747-400 delivered by Boeing to Northwest Airlines in 1989, and she was transferred over to Delta as part of the merger in 2008. So real piece of aviation history here. Looking forward to jumping on board and taking a look. After logging more than 61 million miles, Ship 6301 flew its final flight on September the 9th, 2015. It was opened as an attraction in March 2017 after Delta had spent over a year preparing her for exhibit. So I've only ever sat in the front compartment of a Boeing 747 once. It was New Year's Eve about 15 years ago on a Virgin Atlantic 747 from Los Angeles to Heathrow, and I was the only person in the cabin. Pretty great memories, and it's really interesting to see this again. And if you're lucky enough, you can have a seat in the very famous upper deck, also known as the bubble affectionately. You know, some airlines have economy up there, some have first class, some have a mixture of both, but it's always an interesting experience. Let's go and take a look. The upper deck of the Boeing 747-400 is accessed via this straight stairway, as opposed to the spiral staircases that were a feature of the earlier 747 models. And from the top of the staircase you can see this brilliant view of the lower rear fuselage from this cutaway section of the upper deck. You get full access to the flight deck with a great view, and the rest of the cabin has been outfitted with the Delta One suites. In the brilliantly refitted main cabin, visitors can examine what goes on behind the cabin walls, ceilings and floors in this fascinating exhibit. When you see a Boeing 747 stripped down like this, it just gives you an indication of its sheer size. I mean, we know it's a huge aircraft, but this is something to see. And if you're ever in the Atlanta area, this is an absolute must-see if you're an aviation fan. Delta have done an absolutely fantastic job on restoring and preserving this 747-400, and unique piece of aviation history. I'm really glad I came. From the wing walk feature of the 747, you can see a great view of the Boeing 757 Ship 608. This 200 series was built in 1985. It now stands in the car park. It's a little sad to see it there, and I hope she makes it as a main exhibit soon. Well, that was absolutely fantastic. What a great time here at the Delta Flight Museum. As I said, if you're in the area, I highly recommend that you come and visit this. It's a really good afternoon out. I'd say plan on leaving half a day for this. There's quite a lot to see. But yeah, now it's time to get back over to Atlanta Hartsfield Airport for my flight back to San Diego. This evening I'm flying on a Delta Airlines 767-400. If you're ready, let's go. With a few hours to kill before my flight, I headed over to the Delta Sky Club in Concourse B, which has absolutely fantastic views of the apron. My flight to San Diego this evening was leaving from the T concourse, so this was quite a walk from the B concourse, which I was more than happy to do because I had plenty of time. But if you're in a hurry, there is a train that links all of the concourses together. My flight to San Diego this evening is on this 20-year-old Boeing 767-400 series, delivered brand new to Delta in May 2001. And after a flight time of 3 hours and 51 minutes, flying mostly at 37,000 feet, we made our approach into San Diego at 9:26 p.m. local time. Well, as we pull onto our gate here in San Diego, all that remains is for me to say thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.